But okay. You still can't hear DB, but you can see our faces, which is fine. I'm
That's all
fixing
you
it
need.
right now. Thank you for mentioning that. I appreciate it. Should be able to hear you now. Oh, nope. Hold on. Still can't. Let's find the right output.
Well,
There we go. Yeah, now we can hear you.
well.
So, yeah, all you missed was welcome to That's Pretty Crafty, and I
We
shouldn't be
didn't even
allowed to.
say we didn't
I
even
said that.
say that.
I said that.
Bullshit. Oh, fuck you, did. I don't believe you. This is what Danny goes. This is what Danny does. Because I was like, oh, I'm not going to be as mad today as I was last time because I realized that that wasn't very mature of me. And Danny was like, well, you might. And I was like, why? Because you've read 1,000 more books since the last time we talked. And she goes, 11. And then goes 3, 2, 1 and brings us in.
I shouldn't be allowed to have control of buttons. It's fine.
So, Danny, in a month, you read 26 books.
Did I?
The last time we talked, I think it was 15.
Yeah, you're right. It is 26. Yeah.
I remember shit.
Although, to
And
be fair, 2 of those were in a new month, so 24.
my bad.
Sorry.
I read 6.
Well, and also, to be fair, one of them was a 68-page novella, and several of them were part of a series that just needed to be all. They probably could have. Some of them could have been a single book instead of 6 books.
Oh my god. We have to talk about that because I also read a book that should have probably just had all of its other books smushed into one because and it's so a woman of many talents. It's true. It's true. Okay, sorry, that was very aggressive, but you had talked about that and then I read a book that had basically no plot.
Oh gosh, I love
Because
those.
I feel like the plot is stretched out of to like 5 other books or
Hmm.
4 other books because like it was 100 and some odd pages, so I was like, oh, I'll read it, and I liked it, question mark,
Okay.
but not enough to be like, now I'm gonna go read all the other ones.
Right.
And also, there are 2 book series.
Okay.
There, one of them is about one sister, and one of them is about the other sister. Their father is $7 million in debt to 2 separate mafias.
How do you do that?
I don't know, and like,
Like, I'm bad with money, but I'm not that bad with
I'm
money.
also not that bad that I would get in league with a mafia, let alone 2.
Yeah, that's
And then
impressively.
went, hey. And the other thing that really annoyed me about this book is it honestly was only, at the end of the day, it was probably only 120 some pages.
Okay.
And the rest of the pages were like, oh, here's the first chapter of this book. Here's a first chapter of this book kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't need that.
Yeah, I just wanted the book that I'm reading, not a
Right.
description of all the other books that you might have.
Right. And I got confused. Because I thought I was still reading the same book. Because I was like, surely there aren't 45 more pages
Right.
in this book that wouldn't be the book. Nope.
However, guess
I,
what?
I was wrong. Um so yeah, I will not be finishing that series.
I do not blame you. That always drives me nuts. Like, yeah, I appreciate you wanting me to hear about all the other things you've written, but I if I wanted to read them, I would read them. I don't need to.
Yeah. Well, the other, like, and don't get me wrong, it was written fine, fine, but there's just certain things that I was like, okay,
Yeah.
whatever. I mean, I read it. I'm disappointed in it, but whatever. It didn't make me want to find out more. I had so many questions
There you
and
go.
then went, "Oh, I don't care."
That's a sign about the quality of the book. That if you are okay with not getting any of the answers, maybe.
If they had answered a single question I had, I might
Mm.
have been like, "Oh, okay, cool."
But because there were no answers
There were no
whatsoever,
answers. There were no answers. And no trying to figure out where the miscommunication is.
ugh,
But yeah. And then to have two of your daughters taken as collateral to two separate mafia men.
like you've just really failed in a lot of ways there, my dude.
Yeah. So I was just like, okay. I read it, I finished it, and then laid in bed and looked at the ceiling and went, what the fuck?
That's always a good sign.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I could get versions of that book that just had like the story in them and not the like chapters from other books, I might have been fine with it.
Yeah.
But I can't get that. I think they're only on Kindle.
And that's a thing that a lot of, especially self-pub authors do.
Yeah.
And it's standard. I'm in a Discord that is all like focused on self-publishing through Kindle,
Mm-hmm.
and all of them talk about you need to do this. I'm like, ooh, you know that not all your readers actually like that, right?
Part of me feels like this is like the new publishing, like they did in like newspapers and things, where they do like a
Like the
chapter.
serials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like that would be fine if I knew that was what I was walking into.
And if you weren't charging me a full price book for every one of them.
They're charging you full price?
A lot of them seem to charge like
What?
a regular book price for.
Oh, the one I read was $3.99. So I was like, eh. I think that one might have been free. I don't know. I just work here.
Yeah.
Um. Anyway.
So yeah, I did finish up the series that I'd started last time because
Mm-hmm.
it was just good, and so I finished it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I read a book that I really liked. It's The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Have you read
Nope,
that?
that's no.
Okay.
Sorry, the book I have over my sister has read it. She has recommended it to me. I have not read it yet. But I have uh the 7.5 deaths of uh oh my god. It's not Evelyn. Hardcastle. So this book.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Evelyn
That's
Hardcastle.
why I got really excited because I was like, I have that one. I don't, but I have heard of it. How was it?
It was really good. So, so going into it, and the it's written the okay. I can't remember the interviewer's name, but
Okay.
it's written from two POVs. The first
Oh,
one
okay.
is present tense, and it is the woman who is conducting the interview.
Hmm.
She's working at this magazine, and Evelyn Hugo agrees to do an interview with her, but she hasn't done an interview in decades, and she gets there, and Evelyn's like, "Yeah, no, I don't actually want to do an interview. I want you to write my biography, and release it when I'm dead."
Oh.
And so this is like a surprising thing to her. She didn't expect that, um, but it's written from two point of views. The first one is the interviewer, and that one is in present tense. Um, but like an omniscient present tense,
Okay.
and the rest is from Evelyn's point of view, so it's past tense. And I've been listening to a lot of a podcast called Glamorous Trash,
Okay.
and they review celebrity memoirs. And this felt so much like it was just straight from everything that I've been listening to. Like it was engaging. It had like Hollywood drama and secrets and scandal. But you know from the very beginning that there is going to be something big at the end that Evelyn is going to reveal. And because like even the narrator, the journalist talks about like I for now I liked her. I didn't know that things were going to turn out so differently, or however she phrased it. It's like, you know that Evelyn is going to drop something on this woman that is just going to like change everything. And it's building up through the whole thing, and you're just like listening to Evelyn's entire insane life story and just waiting to find out what the hell this bomb was that she dropped on this woman. And somehow I didn't quite pick it up. I'm usually not too bad at guessing the twist, but this one I didn't guess. And I was quite impressed by it. And yeah, I just really enjoyed the book. It was really well written. Like everything about it was well written. It wasn't like some of the characters were good and some weren't. Evelyn is such a complicated character. Like,
So hold on just a second. That is not the book we were talking about, the 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn hardcast. So we're talking about
the 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I have that book. It's right here.
Yay. For those asking what I'm making, is that Tanya? It might be Tanya.
That is Tanya.
I am working on my dice tower because this is our year of finishing things, and damn it, I'm going to finish this dice tower.
One of us is going to finish things. We all know who it's going to be and who's not.
But I suddenly like needed to do something with my hands, so I picked up my paints and I was working on it.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
So, I also started reading a book that I think you would like.
Yeah? What's it?
Yes. It's called Just Stab Me Now.
Okay, already liking the title.
It is about a woman who is writing a romantasy book. And her characters aren't doing what she wants them to do.
Oh, gosh.
And so you get this, like, her and her day-to-day life, but also her interacting with her characters.
Oh, I kind of love that.
And, like, having these, well, don't you think she's just so pretty with this, like, with the captain of the guard, who is considered the Rosamund's hot enemy?
Yep.
And it's just been so good. I'm not done with it yet, but I'm thoroughly enjoying it. And Caroline, who is like an IT worker, which made me think of you, Danny. And her life and writing it and all that. Jess, she started as like a fan fiction writer.
Nice.
And she decided to try something different.
Okay.
It is a book written by a TikToker. But she started with these videos, and then a lot of people are like, but where is this book? Because I want to read it. It's so good. And
I love that.
She wrote it, and I forgot about it, and then it popped up on, I think, like my either on my Goodreads or back on TikTok or something, and I went, oh my god, and I bought it because it's not on Kindle Unlimited. But it's been so good.
You'll drop the name of it in Discord so that
Yes.
I can reference it when I'm not covered in paint.
Book recommendations. Just Stab Now. There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, we should probably talk about the elephant in the room.
Wait, what elephant is that?
We all know what the elephant that is.
Oh, yes.
Twilight. I bought a copy. Again.
And?
I haven't started it yet because you and I haven't made a plan.
Oh, we need to have a plan, do we?
But I thought we did.
I mean, I'm cool with making plans.
I'm not just gonna read this book and then us not do what we said we were gonna do.
Okay.
Things that I have found out from reading basically 2 pages, not in the actual said book. One, that after the dedication, the next page is all about. Nope. The next page is the table of contents. I don't even know novels that have that anymore.
Yeah, that's... I mean, I mostly see it in ebooks, so you can easily jump to the next section.
That's true, I guess. But then the book opens with Genesis 2:17. Hello, Danny's mom.
Hi, Mom.
But of the tree of knowledge of good and evil, thou shalt not eat of it, for the day that thou eatst thereof, thou shalt surely die. Okay. I don't know what that has to do with anything.
Well,
I'm assuming parts of it is like, the vampire is the forbidden fruit.
It could be, or it could just be that Stephanie Meyer is Mormon and her religion is important to her and she's trying to spread the word.
I completely get that. You are all not wrong that she is LDS. Have you not read this before? I have read this before, 20 years ago. But I got it in my thick-ass brain that I decided to read it again. Let's see what headspace, like, 14-year-old DB was in.
Oh, I don't want to get into 14-year-old me headspace, thank you.
I am gonna be 34 this year.
Oh, baby.
Let me die.
This is not the chat to be complaining about being 34 in, sweetheart.
I bet it doesn't. IDs. I'm sure it doesn't.
LDS, Latter-day Saints.
Oh, is newly 34. It's true, you are. Happy birthday.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, sorry. I do know what LDS is. My family is LDS.
Ah. I'm thinking Mum just didn't know the abbreviation.
Yeah, I saw that and went IDS. Because she did it in lowercase. And I went,
Gotcha.
yes. IDS.
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 It's a whole March thing.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Beware. So yeah, this is a thing that's gonna happen.
Okay.
I also found out that Stephanie Meyer's mom's name is Candy. Didn't expect that. And that she was encouraged by writers, staff and writers at fansofrealitytv.com.
Okay.
Do Julius Caesar for March's TPC. That I heard what you put down with the Ides of March. Yeah. So yeah, I paid $5 for this book.
Okay, that's not a bad deal at all.
No. And then I went looking for other books that I was like, oh, I put this on the list. Some of those books not in print anymore.
Yeah.
Which I don't know what I was expecting. I knew they were older books.
You just didn't expect that.
No. I guess also, I don't know. I didn't expect it. And I was like, oh. And so, like, I could get a copy of it, but it's going to cost me $34.
And is it really worth it?
no, not if I was going to annotate it and give it away. Now, I would like it again to actually read it.
Right.
It's called Through the Ice by Pierce Anthony.
Oh, I love Piers Anthony.
Yeah. $34, Danny.
Okay, yeah, that's pricey for...
But you can't find it. It's out of print.
Yeah. Is that one of the Xanth books, or just...
No, it is a
separate?
standalone.
Okay.
So the book, it's not just written by Pierce Anthony. It is written by a young man who passed away, and his family went to Pierce Anthony and went, "Would you finish this book?"
Aw.
And he took the notes that kid had and tried to finish the book the best he could. So some of it is that kid's story, but then some of it is Pierce Anthony had to take and finish.
Yeah, had to sort of do his best with it.
Yeah. I could not get into his Xanth book. I only read the first one.
Okay.
But there's also like 9 zillion books in that fucking series. But
Yes,
they're
there are.
also not a series that you have to read in order. They're
That
just
is
all
also
in the
true.
same world.
Yeah.
Bro, it wasn't. Here's the thing. When I did look at thriftbooks.com, it was not on there for that much when I looked earlier.
It might just be depending on who's selling it. That might be one that you have to just, like, keep checking in on.
Nice.
I'm just looking at the rest of my books to see if
Okay.
there's... Yeah, nothing else really worth talking about in my list of books. Just a couple of series that I've been reading.
This is literally even the one I had. The cover and all.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I'm gonna grab this real quick.
Ooh. Speaking of checking on things, we didn't even get to what have you been making. We usually do that before we jump into books.
We didn't get into
We didn't get into anything.
That's
I fucked
because
you
you went Hubba.
I'm naughty. It's fine.
Naughty.
I'm naughty. I bought some stuff. I bought this stuff. It's called
Awesome stuff.
Blue Waterscape.
Ooh.
And I'm looking forward to using this when I'm done with all the rest of the painting on this, because it's got this bottom section that I've just painted a bright blue, but that is going to be like almost a resiny coat. So I'm going to like get some whites and swirl it in and make it fancy. But I'm getting so close to being done with this. I also did a thing where I bought some embroidery floss.
Ooh, what are you gonna do with that?
Well, I'm having a hell of a time getting a good texture on the straw roof. So I'm thinking about cutting it into short little bits and gluing it on. This may be a terrible plan. I haven't decided.
Probably, but it's okay.
I'll start on like the little side thing, and if it's terrible, I can stop and peel it off and not have to screw up a whole bunch, but I want to finish the top of the lighthouse first.
Thriftbooks.com is like, hey, do you want to add more books to get free shipping? Yes.
Yes, please.
So what other book am I looking for? Oh.
But I also was at Michael's and I got some fake grass and fake little shrubs that I'm going to tuck around too.
Ooh.
Like going all out with this. I may never make another dice tower, so I'm going to do this one up real nice.
Insanity. Thank you, thriftbooks.com.
It does sound like a cool idea, doesn't it, Mom? It's just, I just don't know. It might be really fiddly. This might be a terrible plan, but I think it'll look really cool. So, well, while DB is shopping for books, I want to show you what I've been working on. What did you do?
I just said sorry for
it's good.
shopping for books.
No, I love it. I finished a pair of socks. They are insanely bright. They're fluorescent pink. This is Only Hope by Lisa K. Ross. It's part of her Star Wars set of patterns that she released this past October. And yeah, I finished them. These are ones that I took home to work on over Christmas. They're going to be a gift for my niece, Bear, the eldest. And yeah, I'm pretty pleased with them. When I washed them to block them, boy, they put out a whole bunch of bright pink dye. So, but that's good to know. That means that the rest of the skein that's left that I was going to use to make mittens for my sister, I'm going to wash that and soak it first to get all of the extra dye out so that it doesn't bleed when I do color work later. But I finished these and I'm very happy. So I did that. And I don't think I showed off the quilt on TPC yet. But I started doing a quilt. And it's a bubble quilt. So each of these little squares is stuffed. And it's very squishy. And yeah, so I've squished 4 rows, or filled 4 rows, and I've got the 5th one attached. I need to stuff it, but I have 18 rows to do. So I'm doing a little bit every weekend, doing like a row or 2. It's a lot. It's going to be heavy because each one of these little squares has 5 grams of stuffing in it. So that means each row has 50 grams. So 50 grams times 180 is going to be a lot. It's going to be like almost a kilogram of stuffing. So it's going to be like a weighted blanket. Yeah, I'm really excited about it. I'm hoping it turns out well. But I made a list because my local yarn shop is working with another local yarn shop, and the idea was that you would put down, you'd make a list of 12 projects you wanted to do, and every month they're rolling for it to see which number comes up, and that's the project you should work on that month. I'm like, that sounds really cool, but I don't need to start 12 more new things this year. So I made a list of my unfinished projects.
Hell yeah.
And so that was number 2 on the list, the Only Hope socks. And yeah, I have not rolled for this month's yet. But I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more pairs of socks. 5, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 more pairs of socks. A pair of hand warmers, mittens, a scarf, and 2 shawls. That are all things that are in progress and just sort of sitting somewhere. So I'm hoping that, like, rolling the die and having Chance pick something out for me is going to, like, make me more encouraged about working on stuff.
I tried to do that. It didn't work.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping it'll work. I'm hoping.
I really do hope it works for you. I was trying to do that with the books that I was reading. I was like, yes. Oh, roll a dice, and I was like, oh.
Yeah,
it doesn't work for me.
I don't know that it would work for me with books. Because I have to be...
Oh, whoa, Sash. It's been a while.
Sash! Hello, friend!
You got noise gated. I just bought 3 books that were on my list of DB Reads segments. Why did I do that?
Because then you could get free shipping.
Touche.
I mean, we like free shipping, yes?
We do like free shipping. It's going well, Sash. What have I been working on? I have been writing.
Ooh.
Every day at 5 a.m.
That is
6 a.m.
so early. My brain doesn't function that early.
Except for this morning when I had to go to work, go into the office. And probably tomorrow I will not write either because I'll have to go to the office. I think books need to speak to you more than the crafty projects. That's true.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of my crafty stuff, not like this, but like the knitting, is stuff that I do while I'm doing other things. So I don't have to be feeling it quite as much, if that makes sense.
That's true. It's true.
Like, its
I'm
function is
looking.
to keep my hands occupied so that I can
Sure.
concentrate on whatever I'm watching.
Mm.
And speaking of watching, we were supposed to watch a thing.
We were supposed to watch a thing, but life has been hard, baby.
I
Um,
I did rewatch 7 of the 8 episodes. We're talking about WandaVision, by the way.
I forgot to do the homework because life do be lifing. Last week was awful, and then the weekend came, and I just vibed, and then more awful things happened.
I'm sorry things were awful.
It's fine. My my mom calls it long division because when I would say WandaVision, she was like, long division? No, mom, WandaVision. Silly lady.
I take it that E enjoys WandaVision.
So good.
So I was rewatching it, and
Hmm.
as I was rewatching the first, we're spoiler filled zone here, so expect spoilers. So the first 3 episodes are not quite so
Oh,
plot heavy. Like,
no.
they're very very standalone. Um,
Hmm.
I recognized so much in those, and I was actually talking to Mom about it when I was trying to encourage her to watch it because I think she would enjoy it.
Yes.
But especially those early episodes. Oh yes, yeah. Um,
Yes.
they're so pulling
Yeah, references from
from older
TV
TV
shows.
shows. And then I was starting to wonder, I don't know how much did you watch those sorts of shows when you were growing up? Like the black and white Bewitched and Leave It to Jeannie, or I Dream of Jeannie, sorry, and um, like I watched the Donna Reed show and all of that stuff on Nick at Night when I was a kid.
Uh, Maybe sometimes on Nick at Night or even TV Land, like E is saying.
Okay.
Um, I did watch the Dick Van Dyke Show a lot.
Yes, that was another good one.
Um, I Love Lucy was another one that I watched quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't until they got into the more moderny sitcoms that I was like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Because they have one that feels very like Modern Family.
I never watched that,
Yeah.
but there was also the one that felt very Malcolm in the Middle.
Yes.
And the 70s one felt I couldn't put my finger on exactly which shows they were trying to be, but it had like Brady Bunch vibes to me.
Yep. Yep.
And so yeah, the first 3 episodes are really plot
I will.
light, but
Hmm.
full of Easter eggs. So like if you are familiar with the Marvel universe, you're picking up on stuff.
Yeah.
Um, but they felt very much like fan fiction.
Oh my God. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so not just me thinking that, but
No, I could.
they felt like fan fiction. I'm like, I would watch a show that was fan fiction of another show, which is funny with like Twilight and all the things that are fan fiction of that are
Yeah.
things and
Things coming out like Mangled?
manacled.
Manacled, yeah.
Yeah.
But I had someone go through a whole like breakdown of what books have come out that are fan fiction of.
Other things.
Yeah, and I was like, oh fuck, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
There are a lot of them that are Twilight fan fiction, and you're just like, really?
Well, the thing about fan fiction is it gives you a shorthand for the characters
Sure.
And especially when you're reading it as fan fiction, not as a standalone novel.
Uh-huh.
Like when you're reading it as intended, it's great to be able to not have to like spend all the time getting like 3 seasons of background on Kaz and Dean from Supernatural. Like you know that all that stuff is there, even if the characters are like in a coffee shop AU and doing
Sure.
something completely out of character
Character
for, well, not out of character, just out of place based on the show. But they're
out of
still making choices that are very much
out
in
of
character
it would
choice.
be it would be out of canon.
Yeah, out of canon, out of universe.
Yeah. So that's the thing is I didn't think I was very good at writing fan fiction because I don't think I can get other people's characters right.
Okay.
So I didn't write a lot of it. Um I don't know.
Yeah. I very much liked that feeling of
Yeah.
WandaVision. Just
WandaVision, it felt so for those episodes, like it felt like fan fiction,
mhm.
but it felt like fan fiction where they lightly buffed off the serial numbers,
Yeah,
which made it fun.
yeah. Sorry if I get quiet. I forget sometimes that painting makes me stop talking.
Right?
It just
That's fine.
tell me to move my mouth again. Damn it.
No, you're fine. Um, I will say what they did to Wanda after WandaVision, irritation.
I actually didn't watch a whole lot of Marvel stuff after that point. I am far behind in the Marvel universe because there was just I was getting
So
burned out on it.
can I tell you about Into the Madness or whatever the fuck it was for Doctor Strange?
Yes, because that is on my
Uh,
list of things to watch, but I have not watched it yet.
it's so uncharacteristically out of Wanda's like the way she is, and it's like
Oh,
this drastic turn between WandaVision and that. And come to find out, the people who worked on the movie didn't watch WandaVision.
oh, well, that see, that's the thing is if you're going to like have things that are canon in universe, you have to pay attention to them.
Correct. Especially you, Marvel.
You're building this cinematic universe, you have to pay attention to your universe.
Yeah.
That's why there are like story Bibles that they use for. Harlequin has them for like they've got a bunch of these long running cowboy romances, and they're written
Oh.
by a whole bunch of different authors.
Well,
It's like the
I'm
Mavericks of Texas or something, and they have universe Bibles that if you're going to be writing in one of these
universe.
characters in this universe, you have this thing that you have to follow. You
I
have to
feel
know the
like
characters and their arcs and what they've done.
I
You,
feel like Star Wars probably has that too because they have so many books that are in universe.
mm-hmm.
Um that they have to.
You have to be aware of what you're working with. You can't just
Oh,
make shit up.
I thought there was a spider on my ceiling. There was a smudge on my screen.
Oh,
That's why I just suddenly stopped talking and looked up.
okay.
I'm not losing my mind. It's already gone, but
Right, right. Hard to lose what you didn't have.
correct. My marbles are gone. Yeah, I don't know. I'm also kind of marbled out.
Yeah.
Though I will be watching the new Fantastic Four.
I didn't know that was a thing coming out.
Yeah, it's set in like the 70s, and Pedro Pascal is Mr. Fantastic.
Oh,
Yes, I am very excited. Oh my God, I'm really hoping for a good fucking Fantastic Four. I need it.
I'm looking forward to the new Daredevil. Because I've really
I
enjoyed like Daredevil and Jessica Jones and the Netflix Marvel stuff.
I never watched any of those.
Oh,
I should. I've heard Jessica Jones was really good, and my boy is in it.
Jessica Jones is really good. It is just a big hot pile of trigger warnings. So
Oh, I know. But so are most of the books I read, so.
true enough. Yeah, the Netflix Marvel stuff was way darker.
Yeah.
I never got into the Punisher. That again was when I was starting to burn out. But
Yeah. Didn't get into the Punisher. Tried to get into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which was like their first one that they tried to do.
yes, I was into that for a while.
I couldn't get into it at all.
Well, the problem was that the first chunk of it was so dependent on the movies.
Oh.
And you had to catch up with the movies
Oh my God.
for or be spoiled by things that were
Yeah.
happening in the shows. And you had to watching the shows helped you keep up on things that were happening in the movies.
Oh boy.
And it got to be a lot after a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
So but I've enjoyed rewatching WandaVision. It's been fun.
I loved Loki, by the way.
Yes, that was another
Um,
good one.
oh, did you watch this season too?
No. Again, I fell off.
I know. I only got back. I was like, oh, okay. And then Loki season 2 came out, and I was like, well, fuck it. I gotta watch that.
Yeah.
Oh, Loki is so good. But I also love Tom Hiddleston, so.
Yeah.
And Owen Wilson. I love Owen Wilson.
Yeah. I'm starting to question my choice of metallic gold paint for the top roof here, but too late now.
Oh, well, yeah. No, it's not. You can always cover it.
No, I'm invested, damn it.
Oh, never mind. Fuck me.
I like the idea of it. It's just it's taking so many coats to not see the
Oh.
base through it.
To not see the gray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just going to be a lot of coats, and that's fine.
I'm gonna have to pull out my dice tower and do the thing.
So I want to have this done because I don't have another dice tower. Well, I've got like a dice tower that is part of a DM screen set that I got,
Oh, yeah.
but it's not the same as a
Yeah.
freestanding nifty dice tower like this thing.
Yeah. The thing is I probably won't use it, but it'll look nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Currently, it's holding, I think, D6s from Roll for Weird,
Nice.
the show that we're not in anymore.
Because we finished.
We finished
Finally.
it, yeah. Finally, and we're just releasing basically not edited stuff to the podcast feed.
And that's okay.
New things are coming. It's all good.
I'm excited.
Yeah?
Yeah, new things are always fun.
Yeah. I just need to be less exhausted. 6-hour meetings will not do that, though.
New.
Or, I'm sorry, 6?
many hour.
9.5.
Oi. What even is the point of that? Like, what actually gets accomplished in that many hours?
Honestly, it was a lot of things that it's a lot that we had to cover. Like, there was a lot of, like, because we have to do, like, approvals and whatnot, and this was step one in the approval process.
Mm.
There will be another one of those meetings on Thursday.
Ugh.
Yeah. I don't think I'll be going to that one. Thank
Nice.
God.
Yeah.
Kill me. Any whoozy.
Any woozy. As TV stops.
Sorry, I'm very tired.
It's okay.
So, when are you watching Agatha?
Um, that's a good question. Do I need to watch anything besides this one to watch Agatha?
No.
Cool. Then I might start watching it like next week.
Yeah. No. I didn't watch. I haven't caught up on anything, and Agatha was fine.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was going to be one of those where like I'm going to be
No.
lost without a bunch of stuff.
No. None whatsoever. I'm trying to remember one of the actors in it. God, what was her name? Hold on. Patty LuPone is in it.
Really?
Yeah. And they do weird things in it as well. And she's so good in it. Absolutely love her. Oh, so good.
I mean, Patty LuPone is pretty much good in everything she does.
I love her so much.
Don't I?
Also, Audrey Plaza.
Oh yeah.
It was so fucking good.
Well, this was a terrible plan.
What'd you do? Oh, Danny.
It's my glue.
Danny, no.
My glue was partly dried, and so I tried pulling out the dried bits, and now I have glue hands.
And now you're a mess.
And now I have glue finger. It's fine. It's fine. I have paper towels. It's fine. It's fine. Glue and paint and everything everywhere. Yay. There we go. That's better. Now let's just get all the glue bits off. Blah. So, are we going to, what is our plan for your Twilight adventure?
I don't know what is our plan for my Twilight adventure.
I mean, it doesn't have to be an us plan. You can just make the plan.
No. We started this conversation last time. We're gonna see it through. Are we going on a journey together?
I have not purchased Twilight, but...
No. Am I going to read it and then tell you about it chapter by chapter?
I mean, I'm down for that.
Get the full sassiness of DB.
I would love that. Just every 2 weeks we get a new chapter summary.
Is that what we need?
I think that might be what we need.
Great. Guess that's what we're doing. And then once we're done with it...
Once we're
Yeah.
done.
What?
Once we're done with it.
And once we're done with Twilight, I guess we'll take a vote on what other book DB needs to react to.
Okay.
Whether it be something I've already read or something that we want. But also, I will be giving this away with full annotations.
Love that. I'm excited about that part.
Oh. I'll even write a little blurb to one of you on one of the blank pages if that's what you want. Oh, look, there's a whole blank page just right here.
Excellent.
Between the last page and the acknowledgments.
Excellent, excellent.
Oh, and we've decided that at any part that I've decided to try to DNF, I would put a sticky tab.
Yes. Yeah, every time you're like, fuck this, you get a
But
tab.
also, I'm definitely so, and we'll talk about this on the podcast. I did not hate this book. I did not hate it until I was much older and realized, oh God, this relationship is not great.
Okay.
And there's some other things that were happening in my life, but we could do a 30-minute podcast where I talk about books, I guess, that I'm reading, and I tell Danny about them. Now, if the vote is DB keeps doing this with all of the Twilight books, I guess DB does this with all the Twilight books.
Yay! Okay. I
should do what DB wants. DB wants to read this book. But also, I mean...
everything is content.
Danny said it.
Not quite as much as it used to be.
For me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just really also want to talk about the covers that they've re-released these books in. So maybe, like, podcast one is, okay, let's talk about past experience. Did you read this?
I did.
Okay. You were...
not the target audience.
well, and also, I was going to say a lot older, but I didn't mean it that way. I should probably do the gender flipped one too. So you want me to read Edward's version? What? Okay, here's the thing. What if I read this and then I do Edward's version right after this one? Because then it's like comparison back and forth.
That sounds reasonable.
I almost made a terrible suggestion. Oh, yeah, Midnight Sun. I almost made a terrible suggestion.
Which was?
Read each chapter by chapter. So chapter 1 from Twilight, chapter 1 from Midnight Sun.
Oh gosh, do they mirror each other that closely?
I don't know. I never read Midnight Sun because I was out of the Twilight fanfiction. What's the other one? I bet it doesn't align either. What's the other one? The other one. Twilight, then Midnight Sun. I don't know what is the other one not New Moon? Because that would be the second book.
Life and Death. I've never heard of that.
Life and... no, not Sims. Book 2.5. The 10th Anniversary Edition.
Wait, when did it come out?
10 years after Twilight, so 2015.
Wait, so Twilight's 20 years old this year? Oh, goodness.
Yes. Now, I say it's been 20 years since I've read it. It's probably been closer to 19. Because I don't think I got it right as it came out, because I remember having, much like this version of the book, the chapter from New Moon was in it. Like a sneaky peeky.
Right. So it had already been written, at least.
Yeah.
And I going back to our earlier conversation, I don't mind like the single chapter of the next book in the series. I'm
no,
okay
that's fine. Yeah.
that it's when you get like completely unrelated books.
And also, if I don't want to read it, I could stop. Like, here's the thing. But I was so confused with that book that I read that I thought it kept going. So I read everything, and then I went, oh, I'm dumb.
Well, but if the book is not obvious that it's not the same book, that's a problem with...
Yeah.
That's a book problem, not a you problem.
I met Stephanie Meyer.
Really?
Yeah. I went to her book signing for The Host.
Huh.
Back in the day.
Back in the day.
Yep. Got a book signed and everything.
Cool.
I only got one book signed, and she was like, my hand thanks you, because like everybody before me had like
a whole pile.
Stacks of books.
Right.
And I was like, here you go. And she was like, only one book? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, thank you. I'm like, oh God, honey. You're welcome.
I mean,
oh, go ahead.
I'm a fan of signed copies, but also a fan of not breaking authors' hands.
Yes. So the thing is also, this is not a let's shit all over Twilight.
No.
Podcast. It's one of those things that part of me, just like how I kind of want to go back to my hometown, but not tell anybody and just kind of walk around.
Yeah.
It's like a morbid curiosity.
It's like what has happened here? What has changed?
Yeah. No. If shitting on it happens, it happens, but it's not I'm going into this to absolutely hate the book.
Right.
I remember what I was feeling at the time. I do remember wanting Edward to kill her in this book. I was just like, just
bite her already.
Just kill her. Snap.
She can be dinner.
It's not a hate read, yeah. Exactly. It's not a hate read. It's a
reread.
It's a reread to see, like, okay, sick 14-year-old DB, what were you doing? Because when I started this book, I had been very ill.
Aww.
And I was tired of watching things on TV, so I picked up the book. Mom bought it for me for Christmas, and she was like, it's about vampires! And I went, I like vampires! Also, there's a meme going around right now.
Oh, no.
That's like 14. I've been really getting into vampires lately. And then, like, 18 to mid-20s, the world is terrible. 30s, I've been really getting into vampires lately.
Look, when they're the good guys,
I would gladly let Strahd take me away. I'll go to Barovia willingly. And that's saying something. Oh my God, should I make a bookmark to go with this?
Yeah.
I don't hate the books. I love them, but it's like eating an entire box of Ho-Hos. It tastes okay going down, but you're going to feel gassy whenever you finish.
You know, that's
yeah.
That's an excellent description.
There are a lot of people who love these books, and a lot of people who can critique them and go, hey, this is what's not good about them, all that jazz. I'm not here to shit, not here to shit post. I'm sure there are things in here that are gonna make me go, Bella, you stupid fuck.
Yes.
Because I did that at 14.
Yep.
Now I'm 33.
You've got a different perspective on life. You can have a lot more to say about the teenage stupidity.
Correct. My mom read this. My grandmother read this.
Okay.
My grandmother turned. Well, we won't talk about that right now.
Yeah.
But now I do. I kind of want to make like a bookmark.
Go for it.
I guess I also need to find the colors I'm going to annotate with.
Yes.
Because people do that, I guess.
Different colors mean different things.
Oh my god. I've never annotated a book before.
I have not either. Well, other than like high school required annotations.
Right. We can pick out the colors for which one means that I tried to DNF.
Ooh, I think that should be like a red.
So here are the colors I have, Danny. I'm not buying new shit.
Okay.
I'm thinking this color.
Yeah.
Okay.
That feels like a danger color. Like your brain is saying, nope, this is a stop.
Yeah. I also think if I have to read chapter by chapter, I'll actually get it done faster, you know?
Yeah.
Also, the first time we do this, I will be reading the preface and then chapter 1, because the preface is 1 page.
Okay, yeah. That makes
half
sense.
a page. How long is chapter 1? This is a, like, almost 500-page book.
It's chunky.
It is chunky. Adult DB can't seem to get through that chunky of a book, usually. 28 pages isn't bad.
For a chapter? No.
Yeah. How many chapters are in this bitch? I will say that's one nice thing about the table of contents. So, with an epilogue, it's 25 pages.
That's not too bad.
Use your mind. Yeah. So, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this thing.
Yay!
I'm excited.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun.
Gonna be fun. I just have to make like a key too.
A key? Oh, yeah, for
Yeah.
what the tabs mean.
The tabs, yeah. And the colors of highlights, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, just so that you know what you're working with.
Do I notate this in a pink pen?
You can. Might be hard to read.
Oh, that's true. Do I do it in black then? Or blue?
I like blue because it'll contrast with the text on the page.
Black. Yeah. How well does this... Oh, shouldn't use my hand. Oh, good. I picked up a blue pen and it's dead.
Aw.
I liked that pen. Wait, I have another one just like it. You silly goose. My girls. Baby. Cannot see a fucking thing. Hold on.
I was trying to figure out today why my purse was so heavy, so I was going through it. I have 3 pairs of glasses in my purse.
I'm like, glasses?
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, because I use glasses sometimes. And apparently I decided they should all live in my purse. I'm like, I should probably take some of those out, put them in different other places.
Blue. Or I could do it in red and then it matches the cover of the book. Do I have red? Yes, I do.
Or should red be for, like, things you feel very strongly about? Because you can do multiple colors.
I'm gonna remember to switch colors when it comes to my notations.
Okay.
I can use highlighters though too.
Yes, you can.
I gotta be careful though. These pages are not thick.
Ah. Ah, goodness. So I don't know if
What?
this embroidery floss for straw was the best plan.
Uh-oh. I'm sure it's looking great, Danny. You're good at everything.
I mean, it's looking cool. It's just a pain in the ass.
I'm so staticky. My hair is sticking to my face.
Oh, I hate that feeling.
Probably should not use those.
Why not?
Well, they're Sharpie, Danny.
Oh,
Could
yeah.
you just imagine me redacting parts of Twilight?
That'd actually be fun, too.
That's a different version of this book.
The version that you don't mind sharing with your mom.
The redacted report. Oh, completely different books, you're saying? Oh my god! Static, go away! Oh, Danny, look at my hair!
Oh, it's very static. Okay. So what do we think?
Oh, I think it looks really good.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of damn work.
All of the...
Yeah, that. Look at all of the roof that's left.
Yeah.
That's a lot of roof.
Mistakes were made.
Mistakes were made. Choices were made. And I think once the glue dries, I'm going to go over the whole thing with a Mod Podge or a
sealant.
A top coat of some sort. So I think I'll go over the grass hay stuff too. Just
sure. We should probably talk when we want to record the first thing.
Yeah, we'll discuss the timing of stuff after stream.
Sounds like a plan.
You know what else we should talk about? What we're going to talk about next time.
What are we going to talk about next time?
I don't know. That's what we should talk about.
The Twilight movie.
I've never watched that.
I've only seen the first one.
I
was kind of phased out of Twilight by the time the movies actually came out.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure I actually want to watch those.
That's fine. Wait, she had another book? What book is this?
Who had another book?
Stephanie Meyer. And it wasn't the host.
Oh.
It's the chemist. When did this come out? Our podcast turns into specifically just Stephanie Meyer.
Stephanie Meyer rereads.
Or new reads, depending.
I was thinking about starting on like the little grassy bits. I'm like, I don't think I will. I feel like that's going to be too messy. I'm going to want to do that like upstairs. Also, I think I'm going to have to get some new glue. I think this glue might just be part of the problem. I was amused at how many people at work today were talking about Taylor Swift's outfit last night at the Grammys, or Sunday night at the Grammys.
Oh, this page is hard to look at. Sorry. Tell
Ooh,
me more about the Grammys.
the Hallmark show The Way Home. I have not watched that. I'd be up for it. Just that she had this very cute dress with callbacks to her Guilty as Sin song with the initial T on some like dangly jewelry that hung on her thigh. It was very cool. It was a look that I could not pull off, but I am not Taylor Swift, so.
I am absolutely hating Stephanie Meyer's fucking website right now. It has, like, the background of it. I don't know if it's my astigmatism or if it's actually looking grainy. And it's like a static effect to it.
It could be either.
¿Por qué no las dos?
Because one thing about writers is they're not always graphically inclined. And we've seen what she did with the new covers, so.
You know what's real fun about the new covers, though? They are not the ones that are featured on her website.
No, it was not Rep TV coded. The dress from the Grammys. But it didn't quite match all the TS12 rumors either, so.
We need an episode just about Taylor Swift.
We can do that.
I mean, I will be of no help.
That's fine. We'll make sure that it's one that Tanya can come listen to, because yeah, she knows everything. All the lore.
Huh. I like it. Her dress, I mean.
Yeah, like it's a very cool look.
Mm-hmm.
Not something I could pull off, but I
wouldn't
don't need
want
to.
Okay.
I figured you would, friend. I figured you would. I feel like for that one I need to do a little bit of more research, because I want to like be able to talk about the lore in depth. Or we just get Tanya on as a full-on guest, because she's got all the lore for us. Okay, I'm feeling like this was maybe a mistake, but that's okay. Trying to do another small section of this grass. Again, it's just messy. But you know what? It's gonna be okay. But yes, that is quite the dress. That was a fantastic look. And also, she looked like she was having so much fun.
That's the important part.
I think a bunch of fans were upset for her not winning Album of the Year, but she didn't seem to care. There's glue everywhere. There's so much glue. You know what? That's enough. That's enough of that for now. I'm going to get better glue. I'm going to throw away the gluey paintbrush because I don't think there's any salvaging that.
Um, I found out that Stephanie Meyer has a film company.
Oh, okay. Tell us about this because you're making faces that feel
Yeah.
like we need to know more.
Yeah, okay, so it's called Fickle Fish.
Okay.
And let's see, what does it say about them? Fickle Fish Films, oh my God, was created by Stephanie Meyer and Megan Hilbert as a dynamic home for literature-related films and media. They have had one update in September 2024. Midnight Sun coming to Netflix
Okay.
as an animated film series? I don't know which.
Hmm.
But that's what your mom called me out on.
That's the face. Cool.
Yeah. I was just really surprised. You can follow news and updates about Stephanie and her company, Fickle Fish Films.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Someday I'm going to be. No, I'm not. I was gonna say I'm going to be famous and have my own film company, but no. I'm just going to
What?
keep writing. That'll be my thing.
I don't think film company is my, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. One of the movies is called Austin Land. It has Jennifer Coolidge in it.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
And this woman is like obsessed with Jane Austen and goes to a Jane Austen theme park in search for her perfect gentleman.
Okay.
It looks silly,
Well, those are
but
often good
also,
ones.
yeah, like I'm not saying that in a bad way. I just look silly. I mean, I'd watch, right? I would watch it. It was just one of those things that I was like really surprised that she was like movies.
Yeah.
Oh, it's based off a novel. Okay. That
Well,
makes sense.
yeah, that makes sense.
She has one called Down a Dark Hall from 2018 with Uma Thurman in it. And then the host, Twilight, Breaking Dawn, Part 1, Part 2. I think those were like the two that she had the company
Gotcha.
for the Twilight series. What is this about? Hold on. Oh, it's a spooky movie. Oh my God, Uma Thurman, you look great.
Oh, she always does.
I know. I've never seen her with dark hair, but she has like black hair in this movie.
Didn't she have black hair in Pulp Fiction?
Oh, yeah, but like this looks like her natural like hair being dyed.
Oh, okay. As opposed to
A
a
wig.
wig.
Yeah. I'm gonna probably have to watch this one.
Okay.
I feel like some of these people are like, you know them, but you can't name what they were in.
Ah, yes. Have we lost everyone with our staring at painting and book searching? Probably. Did anyone have suggestions or requests for next week? Or next episode, rather? As I look at the chat. Making them do the work for us. Do you have anything you want to do next week, DB? Do you want to make me watch Agatha all along? Oh! Well, that was fun. Lost DB there. And I guess that's a sign. I'll lean over here so my face is actually in just one screen. I guess that's the end for tonight. Okay. I'm going to try and convince DB to do Agatha all along. And yeah, we'll be back in 2 weeks. Stick around, hang out with us on Discord, and yeah, we'll see you around. Bye.